This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of Tentacles, which is the Xbox Live title and available in the marketplace for $4.99. It's also an Xbox Live game exclusive for Windows Phone right now, and it's a quite great game. So here's the game, and you start off playing through the whole story, which is 40 levels long, and each level is rather unique and quite exciting to play. And it has some replay value, as you can see, because you can go through all those levels and pick which ones you didn't get 3 stars on and replay them. So here we go. What happened is this little mutated creature thing got into this evil scientist, and you're basically playing through his body and you have to navigate through his body. So there's plenty of tricky things that you have to navigate, and it has a really cool control scheme where you control each of his 3 little tentacle grabbing things, and you can also kill enemies by just tapping on them. And the character actually feels like an extension of your body almost. It feels so natural and so fluid. It's quite incredible. And there's various different challenges in the game too, like some speed challenges, and crap, I just died. And as you can see, you don't really have lives in the game, but when you die, you'll take a score penalty, and dying also just isn't good for your time, and also one of the stars that you receive is for not dying. So you do have to be pretty careful and try not to kill yourself. Killing those enemies there also regenerate your health, so you can use that to your advantage. And there's all those little score bubbles that you want to try to pick up, and sometimes the current goes against you and pushes you away. You have to be really good to get past those sections. So the game has a bunch of different variety, including these little mushrooms that they pop when you touch them, and these things that explode and will harm you after you touch them. It's a super exciting game, and one of the best games that I've seen so far. It's truly unique, the controls are fabulous, and it has a great scoring system that can be very harsh, meaning that you're going to want to replay levels and try to get all 3 stars. So you'll get about 2.5 to 3 hours of lasting value out of all 40 levels, and then you can go back and replay the levels, of course. And you have leaderboards for all sets of the levels too. So you can look at those leaderboards and see how you compare with your friends on each set of 4 levels. So you also have that to compete with. And another cool thing about those score bubbles is that when you hit the score bubbles, you actually get multipliers for getting many of them in a row quickly. So that's another way where you can beat your friends with a higher score. And the game has a little story here too. Just a little video that plays. It's not really interesting, not too interesting, but it helps you have an idea of what's going on in the game, and the game therefore makes more sense because of that. Like in this one, the evil scientist injected this antivirus in order to kill you, and it's coming for you, so you have to quickly run away from it. So if you use 2 fingers there and tap really quickly, that's probably the fastest way to get through these parts. Or you can just use 1 finger. But basically just tap quickly, and then later once you get away from those speed areas, you'll have to be a lot more careful where you're tapping. There we go, we're safe. So as you can see, those score bubbles, as I go over them quickly, they increase in value. So it's not just a score for beating the game, the level, it's actually a score for how well you did here too. And you'll also get different scores for these speed sections. The faster you go, the more bonus you'll get. As you'll see, I'll get a bonus there. There's also some challenges where you have to just be as careful as possible and not take any damage. So those challenges are also very fun. As you can see, the visuals in the game are really good. They're the sort of 3D from the top, and it's really fluid and looks really great, and the sound effects are good too. There's a little music that goes on in the background, and there's Also, the great sound effects that go along with it. And overall, it's a fantastic game. I barely have any complaints about it. The lasting value is pretty good. It could have been a little longer possibly, but there's such great variation in this game, and there's even boss levels, that it's a fantastic title which you must check out. You can find Tentacles in the marketplace for $4.99.